to a sound clip from our Bible study discussion every Tuesday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in Pakalani. Please enjoy.
Okay, like I was just about to say, thank you very much for the opportunity to share today's message. I didn't know what to really share about because I remember the last time I shared was about brotherly kindness. For those who remember that, happy birthday. So it kind of came to me this morning. I know I wasn't sure. So the topic that I'm going to speak about is joy unspeakable. And joy unspeakable. And I've always wanted to know the true definition of joy. And I think maybe you have heard the saying that I've got joy that surpasses all understanding. If you've heard that before, I've always wondered, well, what is joy, right? Because joy can come off as happiness to some people, or an abundance of pleasure. You're like, that was the best I've ever felt in my life, right? Yeah, so that's when you think that is joy, So for me, or from what I've read, trying to tie it to what Tim was saying earlier about the fruits of the Spirit, is that joy means the gladness that, you recognize God's favor in your life, that even when you're going through trials and tribulation, you're still at peace, right? Yeah. It makes no sense why you joyful when you're struggling, why are you joyful when you prayed for a breakthrough or something, and then the letter comes back and it's delayed or denied, and you're like, but we count it all joy, in that moment. For me, that is unspeakable joy. That's joy that you cannot sometimes utter to other people. Yeah, that type of joy where people are like, what are you on? So is it, are you on something? Is this a personality trait? Is this something you've always expressed growing up? So yeah, it's something that's not manufactured. It's not vibes that are positive, positive vibes only, safe space. I identified it as the fruit of the Spirit. If we open at your own time, Galatians 5 verse 22, it's one of the fruits of the Spirit. So yeah, that's the definition of joy. It's choosing to be content because God is using the trials and the tribulations for His glory, even though we don't like that sometimes. And it's part of refining you as a person, to say, even in the situation that I'm in, I know that it can be used for God's glory, or it can be used to show the faith that I have in Christ, that is not based on when things go well, right? Because sometimes you only celebrate God when you get the desires of your fleshly heart. Yeah, so that's when you want to post this big God, But when things go, you're like, is there a God? Does He actually love me? When you are not getting the happiness and the explosions of temporary pleasure or joy. So we need to open the chapter 1 Peter verse 1, 6 to 9, to get also a bit of context on the topic. Does anybody want to read the 3 verses. 1 Peter 1, 6 to 9.
Okay, I've got it.
All right.
In this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while, if need be, you have been grieved by various trials, that the genuineness of your faith, being much more precious than gold, that perishes though it is tested by fire, may be found to praise, honor, and glory at the revelation of Jesus Christ, whom having not seen you love, though now you do not see him yet. Believing, you rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, the salvation of your soul.
Yeah. Which version was that?
Very good question.
Yeah.
New King James.
New King James. Do you have a Passion translation or like huh? No. I mean like a different version. Yeah.
I can give you amplified maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with your version. It's just there's something that I want to highlight.
Yeah.
NIV says, "In all this you greatly rejoice,
Mm-hmm.
though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief and all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of the faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. Though you have not seen him, you love him, and even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy. For you are receiving the end result of your faith, the salvation of your souls."
All right, thank you. That's some of the things that I wanted us to highlight, the unspeakable joy that comes from this. I won't touch on everything in the verses because I feel like there's so many topics here, but I want to focus on the joy that is unspeakable. If you read this from verse 6, it starts with the word "now rejoice." Like, so in my understanding, my limited understanding, to rejoice is to regenerate the joy in the hope that is your salvation, faith in Christ. So reading this, I can see that sometimes your joy needs to be restored, so that you can have a genuine faith that can be found to be more valuable than gold, even in the midst of circumstances, like I mentioned earlier. So the question is, what joy have you felt that is unspeakable in your real life? Not in a parable, not in a story, not in a poem. In your real life. And we need to understand that it's not a joy that it's manufactured. So you didn't plan a family holiday, so that you can experience the joy of going to the ocean. First time seeing the penguins, I mean a joy that is not manufactured, that is not curated for it to be expressed. One last point is, it's all joy. It's complete, it's overflowing. It's something that doesn't care if the circumstances suck or are terrible. Joy is complete regardless of the external factors around you. So that is the type of joy I'm talking about, that no matter what's going on externally, even internally, with your mind, is there a joy that you felt like that? Thank you. That is my message.
Thank you for taking your time to listen to the sound clip. Feel free to comment in the comment section and meet us in person if and when you can. May God bless you.